Welcome my luxurious fleet to my first ever Lexus news update. I think I'm going to call it luxurious news. Will be a little redundant with the luxuriousness, but that's what the channel's all about. It's about luxury. Now, originally thought I would do, hey, I'm gonna do all the automakers. I'm gonna do Lexus. I'm gonna do BMW. I'm gonna do Audi, Porsche, Jaguar, Land Rover, Bentley, Rolls-Royce, Volvo, Infiniti, Acura, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, Tesla, Cadillac, Lincoln, Buick, Genesis. I was thinking I was going to do all of that, but I want these videos to be short. I'm already about a minute in, just giving you my lead up to this, but I ultimately decided that I'm just going to stick with my niche, and that's you guys, my luxurious fleet. I'm just going to stick with Lexus only news because that's what the majority of you guys come here for, and that's just the specialty of my channel. So, with that being said, let's get into the first article. Subscription, Lexus to launch Lexus Complete Lease subscription service. Now, this could be the future, guys, of buying cars. You won't own a car anymore. Well, you could. I mean, it's going to be a long time, but it's going to go the way of more flexibility. That's what people want. I mean, buying a car is such a huge decision. If you're stuck with that car for 60 months, 72 months, you're ready for something else, because new cars come out like every freaking month. It's unreal how fast technology changes the vehicle landscape. With that being said, let's just get into it. Lexus is developing a program similar to those by other manufacturers, including Cadillac, Jeep, BMW, Mercedes. The complete lease will be available at a bundled price that includes the lease price, routine maintenance, insurance, and extras like satellite radio subscriptions. Lexus has not finalized its base pricing for the subscription yet, but the 2-year complete lease option will be available on any UX regardless of color features. Now, I don't know if it says it in this article, but it's only going to be available in a few cities. I want to say like LA, Chicago, New York, and Miami. I think those are the only cities. But let's just keep going. They go ahead and list the UX price, which that is probably correct because the shipping and handling and destination fee is about $1,000. So I think I gave you guys about $32,000 on the UX pricing video I did. Or the UX hybrid is about $1,000 more than the $34,000 I mentioned, but that includes destination fee. In addition to the subscription program, UX models will be available, of course, for traditional purchases and leasing. Yada yada yada. I want to go over this here at the bottom. This is one of the biggest nuggets of information here. This last sentence. This may not be the only subscription. Now, it's not worded very well, but I'll just read it how I think it says. This may not be the only subscription available for Lexus. And again, I'm gonna translate this how I think it's saying it, but let's read it all the way through. It is considering a second subscription program where subscribers would pay a flat monthly fee in exchange for access to different models of Lexus luxury vehicles. So think of it like this. This is how I read this, even though this paragraph's written terribly. I think this is what it's saying, is that in the future, for Lexus, you're going to have different tiers of Lexus subscriptions. Let's say you could have an entry-level subscription where you could have like a different Lexus car every month. That's crazy. But how attractive would that be? You don't have to pick a color anymore. You could be like, oh, this is my color for the month of the UX, and next month I'm going to try out the hybrid and see how I like that. And then let's say after that year, you're like, okay, my family's grown. I'm ready for the RX, and I'm gonna have a monthly subscription for the RX, or sorry, Yeah, a monthly subscription, more like a yearly subscription for the RX, where you can just keep the vehicle and maybe pay like $100 just to switch it out for a different vehicle, while paying you're probably paying the same as your lease, so you're probably paying $600-700 a month for an RX. But for something like the UX, you could be paying $400 a month for a subscription and change your car because you don't need the navigation anymore. You don't like the system, or since you have Apple CarPlay now, you don't need the navigation, or you want to try the F Sport for a little bit. Like, imagine the possibilities, guys. That's the fun thing I have about my job is, and most people don't dream like I do at my job. They're just like, oh well, they don't put any thought into any future vehicles. Like, they just don't. And so I don't know. Looking at new products and news for vehicles and technology has always been something I've been in love with, and it's no exception now that I work with Lexus vehicles on the daily. All right, so let's move on to. There's an insider take here. I'm not going to read it for time's sake, but feel free to pause the video and write something in the comments below if you feel like it's necessary. Okay, over here about the truth about cars. Sorry, the last article was at subscriptioninsider.com. Now we're at the truth about cars. You thought Lexus LC sales expectations were inconceivable. You were right. So apparently when the LC came out, they thought they would sell like 400 to 500 a month. That's what they thought. And they would be able to supply up to like 500 LCs a month. So this is what actually happened. 419 were sold in May 2017. Then Lexus moved 423 in June of 2017, and then 402 in July of 2017. Okay. Over the last 13 months, Lexus monthly average has fallen 48% shy. So we're looking at, let's just say 200 for the math being simple. They're moving about 200 per month. And in January and February of 2018 is about 150 a month. So it's not selling nearly as well. And when people think performance, they don't think Lexus. When people want reliability and luxury, they think Lexus. They don't necessarily think performance. Lexus is trying everything they can to change that. This LC is evidence of it. But this car still isn't a crazy performer. It's a respectable performer. It's way faster than anyone needs a vehicle ever to be, unless you're racing for money or something. But let's just go on. Granted, the LC is outselling the more costly Mercedes AMG GT. So that's selling probably about 150 units per month, where the LC selling about 200. And it's on par with the SL class, which is, I mean, that's car's been around for a long time, so that's pretty impressive. And generates, this was very surprising, generates more than 4 times the volume of the aged and more performance-oriented GTR. On the other hand, this is the insane thing. The 911 is on track for a 3-year sales high of nearly 10,000 units, producing twice as many sales in the average month as Lexus did LC sales at the car's peak. So they're selling about 800 to 1,000 cars per month. At least that's kind of what the quick math I'm doing in my head. It's an unfair comparison. It is, because the 911's been around forever, and there's like a cult following, and the resale value is crazy, and there's just so much history with the 911. There's no history with the LC. It's a brand new car. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do there. But I just thought that was interesting. This car isn't selling as well as I thought it would, but it's still keeping up with Mercedes vehicles. Moving on. Lexus ES will be the first car to come with the market will replace side mirrors with cameras. Not a big fan of this idea. I feel like it's half-baked. Look at this. This monitor is just hanging there. It looks super aftermarket. The Audi e-tron, for example, the all-electric vehicle that was just unveiled by Audi, is built into the side pillar here, and it looks very, very slick. This is very tacky, gaudy, and no thank you, Lexus. I don't know. I think they just wanted to be the first one to the market with it. As you can see, the steering wheel is on the right side of the vehicle. My guess is this is only going to be a Japan option. So it goes on sale in Japan next month, right? So go ahead and feel free to read through this article if you're interested in it. Again, they mentioned the e-tron down here, but I just wanted to give you guys. And then, do I have a picture? I don't have a picture of the side mirror here. Go ahead and Google it if you're interested in it. The RC is going to be refreshed. Thank God. Really excited. Now, of course, I'm going to redesign, but it's better than nothing, right? Redesign, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be on the new TNGA platform. It's going to be amazing. And it will be, but we're probably going to be waiting 2-3 more years for that to happen at least. Okay, so we have some art here that was, I don't know if it was leaked or given to us from Lexus. I'm not sure yet. But let's just look at the update. The grille looks exactly the same. This on the side looks different. It's more subtle, thank God, because look at my IS 350 F Sport review. Because the F Sport adds these huge chunks on the side here of plastic that didn't look good. I always thought the slits looked way better, and it looked like they're reverting back to that. Here's something different. The checkmark design is being shortened to look more like an L. As you can see, this is very L looking for Lexus. See, the blinkers are incorporated in here, and no longer is this checkmark outside of the light display, it's incorporated into it. The triple beam LEDs are stacked on top of each other. We've never seen anything quite like that. If you look at the LC and the NX with the triple beam headlight option, those are kind of in a triangle display, where this is in a vertical display. The RX, for example, has a horizontal display of the triple beam. This is cool. It makes this car look unique, and expect to see it in the IS coming up as well. This is a new paint color, which they'll talk about down here. And guys, and I can't wait to post my second news video probably during the Paris Auto Show. We're gonna have tons and tons of information from all the automakers, not just Lexus. So stay tuned a couple weeks from now when we have that. I think it's gonna be about mid-October. Okay, not too much different. Arrow-shaped LEDs are yes. Front bumper is more sculpted. Tail lights have been adjusted a little bit. So the new paint color is blue vortex metallic. Pretty exciting. You know, Lexus does blues really, really well, so I'm excited to see what this looks like in person, and hopefully capture it one day for you guys in the sun. The interior is going to be slightly changed. We're going to have a new interior finish on the F Sport called Dark Gray Streamline, which if you see my IS 350 F Sport review for the 2019 that I did, I kind of harped on it because the interior was pretty dated on it. So they're finally getting away from it. I'm pretty excited. So let's see here. The handling is going to be better. Some engineering tweaks. You know, that's exciting. It's exciting. Now, no powertrain announcements. Knowing Lexus, they're just going to stick with the 3.5 liter V6. Maybe try to crank out 5 to 10 more horsepower of that engine if it's possible. But I don't see them putting in a new engine, unfortunately, even though it needs it, in my opinion. But that's what the RCF is for. But you have this huge gap from 311 horsepower on the RC 350 to 470-ish horsepower on the RCF. You have a huge gap. Why can't we have something around 400 horsepower? That'd be perfect. They would sell a crap ton of them. But we'll see what happens during the Paris Motor Show, Auto Show, whatever. Next article. So sorry, this article was on CNET. This article here is at Motor One. Oh gosh, I apologize. Let's just look at some of the pictures of this RCF Sport that's going to be redesigned, refreshed, not redesigned. You know, I don't know exactly. These lights look pretty good. They don't look hardly that much different than the current ones. Interior here, we have the salted caramel interior. Now this might be different. It's hard to say. The picture quality is not that great. And these look like new F-Sport seats. I think they look hideous, but again, this is not official. So let's just go to the next article. Here's a better picture of the UX. Here's that triple beam LED headlight I was talking about on the UX. It's not vertically stacked like the RC we just saw with the vertical stack headlights. Here on the UX, we have the triple beam in this fashion. But like that concept or prototype image we just saw, the checkmark, Lexus checkmark, is included into the high beams. So I'm gonna shield your eyes. We'll go back to black here. This article seems like clickbait, but I just want to share it with you guys because it's always possible. Okay, when asked about the engineers about this vehicle, about an F variant, they said currently we haven't considered it. So this article is pretty much clickbait immediately once that is said. So yes, but what my guess, you know, the only, and you would think it would have to be a hybrid. So for example, the hybrid version of this car is going to have about 175 horsepower. If they come out with an F variant, my guess is they would take the hybrid powertrain from the ES hybrid, which is about 215 horsepower, and put it in this vehicle. But I just don't know if that would support all-wheel drive, because in ES right now it doesn't. So I don't know. This just seems like clickbait. I think this is their least worry right now. They're just trying to get people to buy the normal car. I mean, F variants push so little volume. That's not where they make money. That's where they draw attention. It's more like a marketing thing. But if you guys think this is a possibility, go ahead and put below what kind of power plant you think that they would put in a UXF. And last but not least, guys, you can get your very own Lexus for a very low price here. This is going to be a certified pre-owned Lexus. It looks like a black lab. This could be your very first Lexus, and it wouldn't cost you nearly anything. They have a little video here. I'm not going to play it. If you're interested in this Lexus, go ahead and visit. Looks like it's in Menominee, Wisconsin. If I have any Wisconsin followers, if I butchered that town name, let me know. But you could get your very own Lexus. She's a little old. You may have to take her in for service a couple times. They said she needs some pills because she has some joint pain, so she probably needs to have a new suspension put in. But she's going to bring lots of happiness and joy to you, and she might have 50 to 100,000 miles left on her. Okay, lots of spunk, calm and relaxed ride, just like you would expect in any other Lexus. No young children. Maybe she just, maybe there's just not enough room for the young children in this Lexus vehicle. But yeah, just keep in mind that she doesn't like potholes. She wants a quiet environment because she has some joint pain. So the suspension might be a little worn out on Lexus here. So just kidding, guys. Obviously, I'm kidding. This dog just needs a nice home. So there you go. That ends it up for my very first Lexus news. I can't believe I pushed 6 articles to about 20 minutes, so I need to cut this out. Let me know what you guys think of this. I want to really make this a normal thing, maybe every 2 weeks, to give you guys my impressions of some upcoming Lexus news, because like I said at the beginning, I really geek out on potential technology upgrades, engine upgrades, just new vehicles hitting our market, and even things like this, like subscription service, which could radically change the whole car industry. And it's looking to go that way. No one likes buying cars. No one likes buying cars. They like driving cars and they like having a new car, but no one likes buying cars. And the subscription thing would be a much better way of doing that. Let's make the world a better place, guys. Subscription vehicles might be that way. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Peace out. And until next time.